What if your phone or your laptop could be an office in 2026? Do you know that right from the corner of your home, you can start earning in dollars, euros, and pound sterling? This is 2026 and it's not a dream. You can work remotely for clients and different companies abroad, and they are going to pay you in foreign currency. In 2026, virtual assistant as a skill is growing rapidly, and a lot of people are learning it just to earn in foreign currency. I'm very sure you are not going to be left out of this moving bus. You are going to definitely join. Maybe you have been scrolling online and seeing people talking about remote work, and you're asking yourself if you can actually do it, or is it the best for you? Definitely, I got you covered. Remote work is growing sporadically, and a lot of people are going into working remotely. Maybe you have been scrolling online trying to see how you can start working remotely. You are even asking yourself if you can do it and if it's something that you feel like is going to work for you. Or you are even like trying to add up to what you earn in a month. Don't worry. You might see it as something that is quite ambiguous, but I'm here to break it down for you and you understand how it works. Welcome to Earn Smart with Kunle. This is a place where ideas are turned into opportunity, while skills are turned into income. My name is Kunle. On this channel, I don't just teach theory. I take you through practical steps on how you can handle different tasks as a virtual assistant and how you can earn in foreign currency and also land a job as a virtual assistant. Don't worry, I got you covered if you would like to start this journey with me. In this video, you are going to learn what virtual assistant is all about, how does a virtual assistant work, what are those tools that they use in working, and how can you even find a client as a virtual assistant. You are going to learn practical steps on how to handle different tasks as a virtual assistant, such as email management, calendar management, social media management, graphic design, and host of others. And don't worry, they are not theory, they are practical, and you are going to learn step by step how you can apply it to real business scenario and work with different clients across the world. Whether you are a student, a stay-at-home mom, a graduate, or a 9 to 5 worker who is looking at entering remote workspace, this course is definitely for you and it's going to take you to the next step and achieve your objectives. So what I want you to do right now is to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button just to make sure you don't miss any of the lesson that will be taught here, and also you follow us pragmatically to be able to achieve your set goals of being a virtual assistant in 2026. Let's go into it. You are welcome to the course. See you in the class. Hello guys, you're welcome to this course, the virtual assistant course. This course is one of the most highly sought after skills in the remote workspace. You've been hearing the word virtual assistant. I want to be a virtual assistant. I want to be an executive virtual assistant. I want to be a social media virtual assistant. You imagine that what is this course about? What is this skill about? And to be a virtual assistant is just to help people virtually on different level of office work, administrative work, business work, social media work, even on a personal assistant level, all goes with virtual assistant. So in this module, we are going to be talking about what it means to be a professional virtual assistant, what are the skillful mindset that you should possess, what is the career path that you can portray as a virtual assistant, and what are those things you need to do in order to be an highly sought after virtual assistant. It's going to interest you that as a virtual assistant, it's something that fits perfectly into remote workspace. And if you can recall very well, in the 2020, when we have COVID-19 pandemic, where everybody are forced to work from home, that is when remote work revolution started. Especially in Africa, in other part of the world, they've been working remotely, and but 2020 is the breakthrough time in which people started going into remote workspace. So from that 2020 to 2022, there's a great remote shift. People are forced to adopt remote work. Companies are forced to make their staff to stay at home and work remotely. A rapid scaling of remote infrastructure worldwide, where people started building software that support remote workspace, and people started getting used to how to cope in a remote work setting. So these 2 years between 2020 to 2022 serve as a year of forced breakthrough into remote work because you are forced to stay at home. You are forced not to come as a result of COVID-19 disease at that time. Within 2023 to 2024, hybrid model emerged where your people have started going to office, but they tell you that you can go to office 2 times in a week and you stay at home for 3 times in a week. So meaning that you are mixing both on-site and remote work together, and it is known as what hybrid model of working. It's a kind of flexible work arrangement drives surging demand for virtual assistant support distributed team because in a way that you have people working differently from different parts of the world, you need someone to help you coordinate them, and that is where virtual assistant comes in. And between the year 2025 to 2026, this is where we have the year of AI augmentation and specialization. Virtual assistant integrate AI tools to make their work easier. The market matures towards specialized role where people, apart from hiring you as a kind of general virtual assistant, they try to hire you as a specialized virtual assistant, maybe in AIs, maybe in human resource management, maybe in health, maybe in social media. There's different specialty. So this 2026, AI proficiency is no longer a bonus. As a virtual assistant, if you don't know how to use AI to do different things, then it means that your competency is still shaking. So it is a core competency for virtual assistants, much like the way you're supposed to know Microsoft Office some years back. When they ask people that, what can you do? They say, I can operate Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Doc, different things. But now AI is the must for every virtual assistant to be able to undo. Going forward, beyond being a general virtual assistant, there are different aspects of virtual assistant that people specialize in. The virtual assistant profession span a wide spectrum of roles because you have a wide lot of things that are going to be doing, a wide lot of tasks that a virtual assistant are to execute. So you have to understand where you fit in, and after understanding where you fit in, that is where you are going to look at the type of job you should be applying for, and how do you prepare yourself to be good at what you fit in. So for general virtual assistant, this is a kind of all-rounder. They handle a wide range of things from administrative to scheduling to communication to social media management to getting to customer support to handling of messages, replying of mails, and what have you. So this is kind of generalist. It covers every part of what a virtual assistant is expected to do. For your executive virtual assistant, this work with the executive, the C-suite executive and senior manager of company startup owners. And at this level, you work by helping them in high-level districts and in discretion, in which you help them to handle sensitive information, calendar management, email management, strategic coordination, project and task management. This is what you do for executive. So working with an executive as a virtual assistant make you an executive virtual assistant, just like when you are an executive assistant. So this level is of top notch and is quite different from being a general virtual assistant. All right. For social media virtual assistants, at this level, you are to manage online presence of a business, of an individual. You manage different social media accounts. You work with different social media page in a way that you help them to post content, engage on their content, schedule content, and even design content, and also create content creation, either video, graphics, infographics, carousel. You do this and help them to manage their social media community across all platforms. So this one, you are solely focusing on everything social media: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, what have you. And the last one is specialized virtual assistant. This deals with more deeper expertise. When you are talking about like real estate virtual assistant, e-commerce virtual assistant, Shopify virtual assistant, customer support virtual assistant, health virtual assistant, legal support virtual assistant, technical operation. All these ones are specialized and their work is much more defined and much more niche down. Going forward, you do understand the fact that virtual assistants help you to control your chaos, from chaos to control. If you have a very good virtual assistant in business, they are ready to help you to make sure everything is stabilized. A professional virtual assistant doesn't just complete tasks. It's not about just do this, design that, post this, write email for this, schedule this meeting. It's not about that. They bring orderliness. They know what they're supposed to do at the point they're supposed to do it. They bring clarity, making sure that everything that they're supposed to know and you're supposed to know as a business owner in which they're working for also knows it. And also they want a momentum to everything they touch. As a result of their expertise, they make sure that things they touch doesn't remain the same. They make things to be much more better. They bring confidence into your business. They bring coordination to your business. They bring excellence into your business. They make everything to be much more perfect and also profit oriented at the end of the day. This is what you should expect from a professional virtual assistant. And you, as a virtual assistant, these are what people are expecting from you. Now, how should you train your mindset? What should be the mindset of a virtual assistant? If you are looking to be a virtual assistant, this is how you should go. Number one, ownership. You have to take full responsibility of task and outcome. As a result of your work, you have to know that this is what you are expected to do. You're expected to manage email. You're expected to schedule meeting. You're expected to post on social media platform. You're expected to create content. You're expected to generate leads. You're expected to answer questions. These are things that are tasks that you should take their ownership. Take it as if it's your own. And at the same time, you take responsibility. If any other thing occur at the end of the day, you have to take the responsibility. You have to make sure you take the responsibility. If it goes well, fine. If it doesn't goes well, it's then definitely is also your responsibility. You have to treat every client's business as your own. Anybody that hires you, see you as the owner of the business, and you too have to do the same thing. Number two, proactiveness. They didn't have to tell you everything. You should anticipate the need for a solution for a problem. Before they even ask you that, what can we do? You should have provided a solution. You should have done the right thing. You should have handled different tasks, even without the knowledge of the person that hires you. So that proactiveness should be part of your mindset. Number three, confidentiality. You have to uphold strict privacy policy for all sensitive information. Even though you are going to sign an NDA, as a non-disclosure agreement, at the same time, your trust is very important. It's one of your most valuable assets. They won't like to help something to you and you share with other staff, or they just see it on the internet and it's not something that goes well with you as a virtual assistant, because a company cannot trust you. That's the meaning. They can't trust you with their information, with their businesses. So it's also has a kind of a very delicate implication on you as a virtual assistant. Number four, discipline. You have to maintain your focus. Your productivity has to be of top notch, and also your timeline. You should adhere to your deadline. Whenever you are asked to submit a project, submit a task, be done with the task, you have to adhere to that. This makes you to be more disciplined, especially in the remote environment where people are not looking at you. You are not seeing them physically. But if you can adhere to maintain focus, to be productive, and also adhere to deadlines, it means that you are well disciplined and you can be a reliable person to work with remotely. And lastly, AI proficiency. As I said earlier, AI is no more a kind of luxury that you have to know. It is a must for a virtual assistant to know. And this is a very critical new pillar of a virtual assistant professionalism. You don't know AI, definitely there will be a problem. People are afraid that AI can even take their job. But that one is a lie. AI won't take your job. You are going to take of you can also take the job of people that don't know how to use AI very well, if you know how to use it very well. So AI is one of those pillars of virtual assistant professionalism. Going forward, who hires virtual assistants? Who are those that hires you? We're looking at who are those that even needs our help. Everybody needs a virtual assistant. Number one, entrepreneur and solopreneur. These are people that owns businesses. They have a lot on their table to do. They have customers to attend to. They have social media content to post. They have social media content to make. They have emails to reply. They have meeting to schedule. Different things to do. As a business owner, let's say you're a startup and you need all these things to be done. You need a virtual assistant. A small to medium enterprise, yes, just business that are just coming up. A company needs a virtual assistant, because especially when you have a team of remote workers working in different places, you need someone to help you coordinate them. You need someone to help you monitor them. You need someone to help you to communicate with them just like the way you should be doing. So they also need because they have expanded team without overhead. And lastly, agency, like a marketing agency, a creative agency that handle flexible project support. Maybe company that help you to do website. You need a virtual assistant to help you to monitor your software engineers to make sure they adhere to deadlines and submit project as at when due. So there's a kind of shift in market. Clients are becoming increasingly sophisticated in their virtual assistant needs, what they need the virtual assistant to do, because it's moving well beyond basic admin towards specialized strategic support. Yeah, it's moving beyond email support alone. It's moving beyond answering email support. It's moving beyond just coming up with a document. It now has to go with what people with their different skills and what their different requirements and what they need. From being from an entrepreneur to an SME bot and an agency, these guys need people that is going to help them to ascertain their businesses. So moving forward, we have to talk about how to navigate your career path. There's no single route, in virtual assistant profession. Like there's no single, like say, a step-by-step guide on being a virtual assistant. But definitely, you have to understand your options. Which part are you thinking of going? Are you thinking of being a social media virtual assistant? You're thinking of becoming a kind of administrative virtual assistant, executive virtual assistant, a kind of real estate virtual assistant. So you have to understand your options, that empowers you to make the right choice for your life and goals. So what you feel like, maybe you feel like you are good, you're talking to people to buy houses, you are familiar with the real estate company of other countries like United States and what have you. Definitely, it might be a very good option for you to go into real estate virtual assistant. You are an health professional, can be an health professional virtual assistant. When you're a lawyer, you're a legal person, these are what you have to understand when you are trying to navigate your path in the virtual assistant space. Now, there are two different parts that we are looking at if you are going to work as a virtual assistant. A freelancer or a kind of normal remote work virtual assistant. So the freelancer model, you have the full autonomy over clients, the rate and the hour. Meaning that you as a freelancer, you can work with different clients, you can work at different rates, and also you can work at different hours. Hours talking about the amount of time that's going to take you to work, the amount of dollar you'll be charging or euro or pounds that you'll be charging, and the amount of clients you like to have. Whereas on the employment model, you have a stable, predictable income with structured benefit. Yeah, if you are employed as a remote worker, you have a stable salary, you have a kind of stable benefit that comes and other things. And you are going to be working with only one person. And your hours cannot be compromised. 8 hours is 8 hours. Number two, for freelancers, you have diverse client portfolio build a broad experience. Yeah. If you are working with different clients, let's say you are working with 3 different clients, there are different clients with different requirements, with different tasks for you. So this tends to broaden your experience, broaden your knowledge, broaden your expertise. But for the employment model, you are working with only one person. So onboarding support and the defined work environment, you do everything every time. So you are only good at what you do every day. You are not broadened to know other things. For the freelancer model, income variability requires financial self-management. Yeah, because you cannot ascertain the amount that is coming for you. And as a result of you having different clients, different amount of clients, and different tasks at hand, and different amount of payment, it means that you have to be have that self financial management to manage your income. For the employment model, less administrative burden. You focus purely on delivery. Yes, you don't have any issue with the amount they're going to pay you, since you are going to work 8 hours, the amount you are certain. You just have to focus on you getting the job done. And lastly, ongoing responsibility for tax, benefit, and client acquisition. Because as a freelancer, you have to always look for clients. You have to always look for clients. But for the employment model, few client type, hourly autonomy can be what? Maybe limited. Once you have 8 hours occupied already by a company that you are working with, it would not be easy for you to get another role. So neither of these parts is superior. The best choice aligned with your personal goal. If you want to go for full remote work, then it means that you are going to be open to a stable employment with other benefits. Adherence to the task given to you, you are not going to have much at your hand. And if you want to go with freelancing, depends on the risk that you can tolerate by losing job, things like that, lifestyles and other things. So it's also good to talk about the evolving landscape in virtual assistant in this 2026. Number one, AI core competency. AI is not an excuse. A virtual assistant, a very professional virtual assistant, should know how to use AI very well. AI proficiency is now a baseline expectation, not a differentiator. So it's a matter of like, even in job requirement, you should know how to operate ChatGPT, know how to operate Cloud, should know how to operate Gemini, different AI models. Also, specialization, you have to be able to niche down, deep niche expertise, command premium rate, and consistent demand. Just imagine that you have been a real estate virtual assistant for years, for like 3 or 4 years, compared to someone that is quite general. So people always look out to you whenever there is a virtual assistant role that is connected with real estate. So it is very important at this point in time that you should specialize and niche down to expert to make sure that you're able to get the premium premium advantage over general virtual assistant as a specialized virtual assistant. At the same time, virtual assistant platform are offering more sophisticated matching and management service where people tend to match you with the corresponding job that you can do. And also for you to provide a kind of an agency where it tends to offer virtual assistant services for businesses and personnel. So the modern virtual assistant is tech savvy. You have to be very good using tools, especially AI tools. Specialized professionals who leverage AI to deliver exceptional value. Yes, use AI to give the best. If you are going to use your knowledge to write an email, fine, you are very good in doing that. Now add up your knowledge with AI, you are going to see the best. So that's just a very typical example. So not just a task doer, but a strategic partner to all solution needed for any business. So these are what people see in virtual assistants. So your future as a virtual assistant, what are those things that you should be committed to do? Number one, commit to continuous learning. You have to commit yourself to learning more AI tools because every day we're having different AI tools, AI model, different things in which AI can do. Commit to automation because of repetitive tasks. Tasks you have to be doing every day, you can turn it to automation where everything is automated on its own. Also, you should be committed to have a specialized niche that you are going to niche down to. Number two, cultivate the virtual assistant mindset. The mindset of ownership, the mindset of being proactive, the mindset of being confidential in terms of keeping informations, the mindset of being disciplined. And number three, know your client landscape. Tailor your services and communication style to your clients, what they need, what they wanted from you, and how they want it. Number four, choose your path intentionally. Either you want to be a freelancer, focus on freelancing, getting different jobs, working with different clients across different tasks. And if you want to go remote, focus on having a remote job. So the VA role is not just a job, it is a dynamic, evolving profession shaping the future of work. Every day things are changing because technology is changing. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye.